Hi guys, welcome to another video. Welcome back. Hi, I'm here. I'm on time. Hi. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm always say I'm on time because guess what? I'm on time. But I'm here with my part 2 of my testimony, my new age testimony. And yeah, in the last part, I basically just went into how I got into spirituality, what really got me there, some of the things I've experienced spiritually there. Yeah, so in this part, I'm gonna just tell you kind of like the core of it and then how it kind of it fell apart. So go ahead and get your drinks, your snacks, go get whatever you need and come back here. I am going to try to make this video a little shorter because I got to go cook. But yeah, get everything and give me a like and a subscribe. I'll give you some time. All right, that's all the time you need. Okay. But yeah, you guys, let's get into this. Okay, you got everything? Okay, we good? All right. So, we're just gonna jump right back into this. Please bear with me because my memory and just trying to really remember everything. I prayed for remembrance because let me tell you, when I pressed, I had not a single thing in my brain. But we are going to we concluded me and Yellow's relationship, all the things that I had experienced and the things that I figured out that I could do at that time. And yeah, we're gonna now talk about when I moved to South Carolina with my father and my siblings and my stepmother. It's really not like too much to go into that about because it's not, but there's some things that I did experience while I was there. First of all, before I went there, I already knew like God was already placing it on my heart. Just, don't go there. Don't do that. Just, it's not worth it. Not because it's your siblings. Okay. Anyways, I was informed to not go there. Okay. But you know what I did? I went. So when I first got there, everything was fine. Everything was good until I start having sleep paralysis. Everything that I talk about, like I've talked about in my old videos, it kind of come back to now. But I ended up really being really depressed. Like I told you, before I even went there, when I was dealing with everything that I was dealing with, I was already very, very depressed. I was already in a mental state of still trying to gain some type of control over my life, and because I just did not feel fulfilled. Okay. So this further impacted things for me. I started having really bad sleep paralysis, and I would hear my mother downstairs calling for me, and I would just hear very demonic voices speaking to me. Like, it was one time where the voices was like completely submerged together. It sounded like a man and a demon. I mean, a woman and a demon like had merged together and was like talking to me or whatever. I've had things ride my back multiple times. An entity will get on my back and like they would choke me. A whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of things. Like, I've been sexually touched like by demons during sleep paralysis. Like, anyways, so yeah. And I remember like just being there. That's really it about there. Like, I'm not really going into detail about like, my family or anything like that. Like, about that, I'm not really, that's a whole nother story that we'll get into one day. But yeah, so by the time I went back to Bainbridge, because that's literally where I ended up going, I was messed up. I was really messed up in the head. Okay. So when I got back to Bainbridge, I ended up reconnecting with my homegirl. Well, at the time, my homegirl at the time, and we were really close. I felt like we were really, really close. Like, I thought we were sisters, you know. Also the same girl that I talked about in a few videos back where I was like, yeah, my friend came and helped me with my sofa. This is who we're talking about. When I got back to Bainbridge, basically we start hanging out. We started doing a lot of things. We started doing Bible study together. We like literally, that's my girl. Like, that was my girl. Like, nobody could tell me anything about my girl. You feel me? So there was a time where she was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna come pick you up. You're gonna come spend a night at my house. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna cook dinner. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do this. I love cooking for everybody that I love. I love cooking for everybody. So I'm like, we're gonna have a great night, okay? And she had just recently moved into this trailer. It was like that was this 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom trailer, and she was in there by herself. It was like a little older or whatever. And so when I went over there, we're having a good time. So I have to explain it so you can better understand what I'm saying. So when you come in the house, there's like, her room is right here, the living room. Her room is attached to the living room, and then there's a long hallway with all the bathrooms and the bathroom and all the rest of the rooms. So until like when we were like in the living room, I don't know why I just didn't go in her room, but I ended up like just kept going down the hall to use the bathroom. And every time I went down that hall, I was like, dang, I can't breathe. It's something in here. It's something in here. Okay. So by the second, third time I went to go to the bathroom, I saw it. I saw what it was. I was walking past the bathroom and I went past one of her rooms, and it was just, I saw it. I saw it, and it was the most disgusting demon I've ever seen. It was just gross. And I was like, oh, it's in that room. It's something in there. So what I ended up going to her, and I was like, listen, don't let me leave your house before I pray over your house, please. Like, I'm gonna pray over your house tomorrow. There's a icky demon back there. Did you clean your house? Did you pray over your home? She was like, no, or whatever. Okay, cool. And when I tell you, the next morning, I literally almost forgot, and God literally said, go. Like, when I opened my eyes the next morning, because he had to remind me twice, go pray over her house. Pray over her house. I kind of almost forgot because I had something to do, but I was like, oh, okay, go get the Bible, get some oil, come, and then, you know. And as I was cleaning her house, this demon was, and mind you, I was at that point, yeah, like I didn't even consider myself as a Christian, but I considered myself as somebody who loves Jesus, somebody who knows Jesus, and someone who was beginning to develop a relationship with Jesus. And that is so, it is true. Like, you know, we had our own relationship, even though I was still in the world, but God always found a way for me to basically bless others. So I was going, and I was like, you know, praying over everything. And the closer I got to that room, the sicker I got. And that's when I went in the room, I prayed over everything. I just told her, I was like, just stay outside. Like, let me go in there, let me handle this. And it was just, this demon was so big, it was so vicious, it was horrible. And God just kept reminding me, keep doing it. It will perish. Like, it's gonna go away. Like, it cannot stay here. And the whole thing was, the demon was trapped in that specific room. Like, I don't know what it was, but the demon could not come out of that room. I don't know who had the house, who did what, but it was in there. But you could just feel it. You could feel it everywhere. So I cleared it up. You know, I did my thing. I did my big one. Soon after that, fast forward, I went through a relationship with, we'll call him, what I gave that name? What was his name? Derek? Derek? I don't freaking know. It's gonna be Derek. I got in a relationship with Derek, and basically like I told you guys, I ended up cheating on him 2 years prior, and then we ended up breaking up or whatever. So I feel like when he came back to like get me. He came to get me. And well, I know exactly. That's exactly what he did, Derek. That's what you did. Anyways, but the main situation of this relationship was, before me and Derek got into this relationship, people pay attention to the music you listening to, because I think, especially at that time, music was like, if I just randomly got the feeling to listen to a certain song, I feel like it was for a reason, because it literally, whatever song I ended up listening to, it had some type of, it meant something in my life. It described kind of like what was, what was about to transpire, what's going on. So anyways, I was listening to the song, it was a song by Lady Gaga, and it's basically like love, revenge, something, I don't want love, something. I can't even remember the words. Hold on, let me see if I can find the song really quickly. Bad Romance. I was listening to Bad Romance, girl, and I was listening to Bad Romance, and then literally he had ended up texting me or whatever, and everything in these relationships, listen, it's not like I'm just really well, it makes me slow, because I will know not to get with these people. I still did it, like everything in me, no, do not get with him, he's a liar, don't do it, he's going to get you, okay? So yeah, that was a really big thing, because by the time we broke up, I was looking at the song, I was like, I listened to it again, I said, I want your revenge. Oh, revenge. He came first. So the main part I really want to talk about is towards the very ending of our relationship, because he ended up going to a job corps or whatever, and basically how I knew that like he was on some real grimy stuff. Not only that, okay, how I knew he was on some real grimy stuff, and it really did not, he was already doing little slick stuff or whatever, but what took the cake was he ended up coming to my house for like a week, and I'm still talking to my spirits, I'm still doing what I do, I'm still that girl, whatever. But there's a thing that I experienced against like myself and what I was being told, because in my mind I wanted to be delusional. I wanted to think that this person, oh no, never. Anyways, I ended up going to sleep one night. I had the worst dream of my life. And basically he was a girl answered the phone. I don't know, hold on, wait. Basically, he called me on FaceTime, and this was a very descriptive dream. It was so descriptive. I saw both of the females. I saw what was going on. I saw I saw everything. I saw the name of the road. I saw everything. I don't just be seeing. Why am I seeing the name of the road? Why are you? Anyways, yeah. So I end up having this dream that basically he's in bed with two women, and like he's basically like laughing at me, and he's like making fun of me in a sense, or like, and when I woke up, I wasn't angry. I just looked over, I looked at him, and I said, oh, okay. I had to get up. I woke up at 7 o'clock sharp. I went and sat at the table. I played me some gospel music. Girl, I'm sitting over there like, oh jeez. And I knew. So by the time he ended up going to school, that's when it got really bad. That's when it got really, really bad for me spiritually. That's why I'm bringing it up. It got really bad for me spiritually in a sense, because this man, like, I kept having dreams. I kept like literally everything in me. It was one day that he was like supposed to go to the pool or whatever. He went to the pool, and like he was like he had to go there or whatever. He had to go. he had to go, but he was up in that pool playing, and I don't know why I had not a single thought in my mind. I'm just sitting back, I'm just relaxing. And this is another thing that I already talked about, that like I literally do not have to be asleep to see something. Baby, call me so Raven. Now I'm not always right, but 90% of the time I am. Okay, so I was just sitting in the bed, I'm puffing by myself, ain't nobody to pass it to, and and then it hit me. I saw a girl on his neck. Y'all, this may sound crazy, bro. I'm telling you, I didn't have a single thought in my brain. Not a single thought. I said, I just saw it. And when I brought it up to him, he would lie. He ain't gonna lie. He was in there doing stuff he ain't got no business doing. But it made, all of it began to make sense, because he was like, oh, well, I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing that. And then he ended up turning around. He told me he was going to sleep. It was a situation where he sent me old screenshots and it was like the phone was showing that he was on the phone with somebody else. It was a whole thing. And everything just kind of came together, and we ended up breaking up. I ended up breaking up with him. And then later on, he ends up telling me he tried to talk to somebody there, after we broke up, and, or whatever. I don't know, but I definitely know that he was up to no good. He was up to no good. It is, whatever. But that was a little bit of a spiritual sense that I had went through. Listen, matter of fact, bump all that, because at the end of the day, these little situations are just things that I experienced that where I was never big on manifestation. I was never big on that, because I don't know if at the time I just didn't have the capability to just manifest. But in a sense, what I would do is I know I was putting word curses on people. I was putting word curses on people. So it was just one of those senses, yeah, baby, you're gonna feel that. You're gonna feel this, you're gonna feel it. And he's been feeling it ever since. Anyways, so there's not too much to talk about. Oh, girl, except Blossom. We're talking about Blossom. It's not really too much to talk about Blossom, because really the main significant thing is that when I first walked into his house to kind of stay over there for a week at a time, when he came and picked me up from Bainbridge or whatever, and we kind of started living together or whatever. And when I first walked in the house, I heard a spirit scream at me, get out, he's gonna hurt you. I was like, you heard that? You heard that, baby? No, it Marvin was a TV. That was not the TV. Okay. And the spirit, the girl asking God for a sign, that really don't matter. And God, I asked for a sign one time, and we went past the billboard, and and it was dog. It was something about dogs. It was you a dog, he a dog. So none of that actually matters. What matters is that I was messed up between this time. I was just really messed up spiritually. I was trying to I was reading my Bible. I was trying to read my Bible. But at the end of the day, I had the need for control over my life. And at this time, I was very small. I was constantly my weight is constantly fluctuating and things like that, because I was not eating. When I'm depressed, I do not eat. If I'm stressed, I do not eat. I physically cannot bring myself to eat food. And I eat food. I love food. Food is food. I already told God, when I get to heaven, I want some fried chicken. I want some cake. I want some collard greens. When I get there, and do you see my face? I'm serious. It's serious. It's serious. He know. Big Dad know. My daddy know. He know. And I'm gonna get my fried chicken. No time soon, though. Well, actually. Anyways, now, Really, we're gonna go so much, y'all. I'm gonna have to edit the crap out this video because I'm stuttering so bad. And I'm sorry I keep saying like, but I ended up getting with Bluey. After Bluey, I got sent into a psychosis that brung everything around town. Everything I've done, everything I've experienced, and I'm gonna tell you about my psychosis. This is about my psychosis. When I got into a relationship with Bluey, I didn't think I was ever gonna find a spiritual man. I never thought I would meet somebody on my level. Baby, he's amongst, I don't know. That boy, he started teaching me stuff that I didn't know about. He started, like, me and him, I felt like, yeah, we were toxic, but we became one. Like, we were one. Have you ever, new world? Like, I honestly never, like, I've loved somebody a lot, but him, baby, Bluey had my heart. He had it. And there was a lot of things like he would like, you know, I can see, we're gonna sound crazy. We're gonna sound crazy. I can see, like, I see 3 versions of you. I can't even explain it from words. I can't explain it, but this man was on a whole nother level of spiritual. Like, he wasn't into car readings, but he was definitely, I've already said this before, if I have a migraine, he knows how to take it away. Like, just touch me and it's gone. I don't know what he do, but he did it though. And like, he became a really big part of my world. Like, and he would tell me like he's always like he's always looking, he's always watching me. He knows what's going on. He be knowing things that he should not know. Yeah, like, that's the type of man he was. Yeah, so the boop bop boop 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 boop. How you know that? Girl, he's telling me things. I'm like, he literally tells me things about stuff that I've experienced that I've never told him, or certain things, like, just, there's no way you would know that. There's no way you would know it. How do you know it? Stop. Get out my, it's scary. It's scary. Like, so by the time we ended up breaking up, it was real bad. Like, it was like, what really happened was, because it was like, it wasn't no mixed signals. He was just like, oh, I want to grow and I want to be better, and day he loved me, next day, well, I can't talk to you every day. I'm trying. You weren't trying. When we ended up just splitting all together, it was just, I was in such a bad mental state. Like, I was depressed. I couldn't get out of bed. I just felt so defeated. And the last conversation that we had before I had fully slipped into psychosis, this is what happened. When I tell you, because God had already been telling me, like, Markia, now back up, please, before it gets like that. And I didn't, and it got like that. So one day I told him, I was like, you know what, I was calling him just to, like, hear from him, talk to him or whatever. And this, I still to this day have never experienced anything like this ever. As we were talking, I was crying, and I was just telling him, I was just like, I genuinely believed that I was supposed to marry this man. Like, I just knew it. I knew I was gonna marry this man. I knew he was gonna be my husband. That was my husband, okay? And I just told him, but at the time, like, it was really the devil in my ear. I feel like it because of how everything ended up transpiring. It's what sent me into a frenzy. Before I called him, I was having this conversation with my spirits, and they were just like, you know, call him, talk to him, and you know, just let it go, let things be, let everything just let it go. And then at the same time, it was just like, but he's gonna come back, y'all are gonna get back together, you're gonna be married, you're gonna be great. So we end up having a conversation. This is the first time I've ever forgiven a man, ever felt forgiveness in my heart for a man. I think what got me was the peace of this forgiveness. Like I said, the peace that I felt within forgiving this man is like I had never felt it before. I never thought it was capable, like I was capable of doing it. So I start seeing this beaming purple light like on my ceiling. It was the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen ever. Like it was like this beaming beautiful purple light, and it was just like moving in my room, and I was looking at it and I was like, wow, this must mean this is my man. Yeah, well, honestly, what I've learned is certain situations, just because it's beautiful, it doesn't mean that it's always beautiful or it comes in to, you know, bring you greatness. No, it was actually signifying that, honey, you're about to lose. You're about to lose your mind. Yeah. So honestly, the devil had got me real good, because in my mind, I'm thinking we need to separate because we're gonna get married. We're gonna get married, baby. So we end up not talking anymore. This is when I start trying to get my grasp on God. I'm finna tell y'all something I ain't never talked about before. I'm finna tell y'all. I had never experienced nothing like this before. Like, I started really getting into my Bible. I started getting into praying more, intercessing, praying. I don't really intercess anymore because of this situation, and it's very scary because based on where my mind was, I was not prepared. I was not ready to pray for everybody, they mama, they sister, they everybody, and really sit in there and like, no, I wasn't ready for that. So he ends up blocking me or whatever, and I just, something in my brain it just went somewhere, and it wasn't here. It wasn't on earth. It wasn't. I started intercessing. I started praying for him overly praying for him. Mind you, this is right before I got into like me doing affirmations, before I started getting into affirmations. Like, so I was overly doing it. I was praying for everybody in my family. I was praying for my grandma's health. I was praying for, you know, people that I did not like, because I knew that like that's what you had to learn to do. I was praying for everybody. If you're everybody, I was praying for you. I was giving my love and healing devotions to you, but I was going crazy. Yeah, it wasn't right. So a lot of the time, but there was a lot of times where I was just praying like, Lord, like this is my king, like this is my kingdom spouse, this is my man. Girl, please. Girl, please. I was really messed up, and I was like really I would go into my prayer place, and I would pray for him. I would pray for us. I would pray for his whole family. I would just pray and pray and pray. And one of these prayers, I was like, you know, I was intercessing. And it had got to him. And I was like, and anything that I will get, like I will get you, I will touch you, just get off my man. Get off my, I pray that lust away. I pray that lust away. Girl, but what I tell his spirits that, you know, I'm gonna get them. What I tell them that for? Baby, when I tell you, he said, this spirit said, oh, okay. When I tell you they beat me down, I couldn't be. His spirits, whatever was attached to him, because I'm affirming things like going through things or whatever, and he was always going through something mentally, whatever. So I just felt like I could take that on. I could help him in a way. Like I know what I'm doing. I didn't know what I was doing. Them spirits told me up. When I tell you, I ain't never experienced nothing like that up until kind of recently. But like the spirits was, kill yourself. When I tell you, it was an overload. It was a complete overload of our situation. Like every spirit that was attached to him, every spirit that was attached to me, they came to the front and they said, oh baby, you don't want to work with me no more? You don't like me no more? You don't like me? But you know what? God had always told me, Markia, it's not gonna work because that man, demons don't like you. Like I said, I had a prayer, like I prayed, I loved God, but it was just like I did not listen to the voice of God. He told me this will never work because his demons do not like you. Who demons like me? Okay, let's be for real. And so God had told me, go on a fast and not today, but in this fast, it's going to be a 1-day fast. I don't want you, mind you, at that point I was like, oh, I did a 2-day fast, whatever. I had already fasted, 1 day. Why is it just 1 day? Oh, it was 1 day for a reason. It was 1 day for a reason. I tell you it was. It was 1 day for a reason because I thought I was gonna. So I went on this fast, and girl, by hour three, I thought I was finna die. When I tell you, everything was coming to the front. Everything was revealing itself, every spirit, every demon, everything that was working against me, everything that I had told that I was going to beat them, I was going to beat them up. They had came for me. And also this fast was it was releasing that. It was releasing those demons. It was releasing his demons. It was because at that point, also within this time, I was trying to break my soul ties. Now listen, I am a clothes collector. You're my ex, I got your clothes. You're my friend and you left it. I got your clothes. And honey, one thing I learned and I hate about me is still to this day, if I put on somebody else's clothes, like if they give me like a shirt or a hoodie or something, I'm on like that person's energy is now with mine. Now it's like I know your business a little bit. I kind of know what's going on a little bit, you feel me? So I had everybody's clothes for years. I had everybody's clothes. When I tell you I was rocking everybody's clothes, I was rocking it, baby. I'm in god dang, what's his name? I'm in Palm Tree clothes. I'm in Derek clothes. I'm in Bluey clothes. I'm in Blossom clothes. I'm in everybody clothes. I'm in all their clothes. I'm in yellow clothes, baby. Yes, because I was a collector. I just never did anything with it. So it's just like, well, it's mine now. You're never getting it back. So anyways, and it had came to a realization, God, within the same time, God was like, during this fast, he was like, I want you to go ahead. I want you to get rid of these clothes. I want you to get all of their clothes. I want you to get everybody's clothes. And I want you to throw them away. You're not going to be able to break this soul tie because your energy, you have their energy. And also, y'all know soul ties grow back and stuff. And especially if you're not in the right mind with God, you know that energy is going to re-loop itself completely. You're going to be intertwined with that man harder, woman harder than ever. So I ended up throwing out their clothes or whatever, but it got to a point where it got so bad. I ended up calling my cousin, and like I genuinely was I was thinking about committing suicide to the point where I was like, God, I'm gonna have to go to the mental hospital. I'm gonna have to kill myself. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm dying. I was being freaking tortured. Like it was torture. Imagine going through like 3 years of spiritual torture put in 10 hours. Yeah, I literally was going insane. And before I ended up calling my cousin or whatever, I ended up writing out 6 letters. I wrote out 6 letters. I wrote out letters to my family, my friends, and my probably one to my ex. I don't know. I sat there and I wrote letters and I'm like, I can't take it no more. I can't do this. And it was very serious because I was really about to commit suicide. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I was going to do it. And I was just like, God, I'm going to have to do something. Like, I can't. I have to go to the mental hospital. God said, wait. Just wait. This is happening for a reason. And I did not realize that was the point of this fast like the fast is to break that off of you. And why would they, want to be like, oh, we're just gonna leave gracefully? No, they were, kill yourself, you're ugly, no one loves you, you're a bee, and I hate you, you should never been born, kill yourself, you're worthless, nobody's ever going to like you, everybody's going to continue doing you dirty. Now that you ain't lying about that. Anyways, yeah. And it was like multiple voices. It's like, girl, I was like, oh no, I'm schizophrenic. I can't say it, y'all. I'm schizophrenic. Girl, I was like, it's the beginning. They gonna have to lock me down. They gonna have to tie me up. It's like, and it's just gonna have to be that, cause I'm finna die. Anyways, the fast ended. I ended up calling my cousin, and I'm like, I'm gonna get one. She's like, I'm finna call your mom. Okay, but I don't like you. Matter of fact, girl, I don't like you. Oh, you're gonna call my mama? Well, why are you gonna call my mama when I'm trying to die? Anyways, so I ended up praying or whatever. And mind you, within this time, I'm really trying to pray. It was really hard. But by the time that last hour hit, because as much as demons were bothering me, as many demons that was bothering me, I had 10 more angels than them. Yeah, God was always 10 steps ahead, and he held me. He held me up. I had angels surrounding me the whole entire time, protecting me, comforting me. And, yeah, so that ended up, my fast ended, and after that, I devoted myself to just never do that again, down to the relationships, down to the spiritualness and the essence and the things that I pray, intercessing like that, because I feel like it wasn't me intercessing, it wasn't the intercessing, it was the intercessing, but it was mostly the things that I was saying. And in a way, and then it had to happen that way, because God is like, okay, you can pray, you can pray for these people, you can do all these things, but there's stuff that comes with it. Men that intercess, listen, y'all are strong. I don't care what nobody say. Intercessors are warriors. They're warriors. And I know I'm an intercessor. I'm scared to intercess. I'm scared to literally go that deep into prayer like that again. But it was like, I got my Bible, of course, I'm reading my Bible. I'm going around the room. I'm praying for everybody. I'm praying for people I don't like. I'm praying for people that never appreciated me. Okay. I'm praying for the people I love the most. I'm praying. And what I did not realize was that came with war. I was declaring war, spiritual war. I was going through a spiritual war, and I'm still going through battles and right, because I'm not perfect. Never sat up here and pretend like I'm perfect. But anyways, that was really the beginning of it. I ended up deleting all my social media. I ended up really just spending time with God, and for weeks and for months, for about a month before, God had told me, I want you to make a Instagram page for me, not an Instagram page, but make something, make a page where you're putting your prayers. There's people that needs this. There's people that needs to see certain things. There's people that doesn't pray, that don't read their Bible, that can literally just, read something and feel better. There's certain things about yourself. There's certain energies that you let out within your spirit that is healing. And then right after that, I was called to make my YouTube channel. So that's where all of that had came from. I know this one was it may have not been very interesting. But within that time, I stopped smoking. I stopped smoking last year around Easter. And then, 7 months, I ended up relapsing. You know, I'm gonna stop again, but you know, of course, I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna be transparent with you forever and always, because who am I to pretend like I'm perfect and to try to crucify anybody or be better? No, we're in this together. God's working on me. I am going to be in a better position. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be great. You know, I hope that everybody that I came into their life, I hope that in some way I fulfilled them in a way, and my love was enough for them to know God or have a sense of God is real, despite of how anybody has treated me. You know, it's all love, it's all light. I am a little resentful. I'm working on that, but that only comes with the fact that I have to keep forgiving. You know, and it's really hard not to, like, you know, I have trouble with controlling things still to this day. There's things that I still have to work on as a woman, and I'm letting you know this to let you, like, this is a process. This is a journey. You know, there are certain things that's going to happen to you in your life to break you down, to build you back up. And as you can see, within all these times, I was single. I would spend a gaping amount of times out of a relationship and I'll be fine. I would literally be fine. Just be like, you know, doing what I do, you know, my little egg cleanse and, you know, my little spiritualness, you know, manifesting with music. That's what I really did. Like, I guess I did manifest. So I manifested with music. You know, so it really never you know, talking to spirits, fighting off spirits and things like that. But there was never, my significance in the things that I've experienced all came with involving myself with the wrong type of people. And because my mind was not always right, and my mind's not completely right now. I'm not saying I'm 100% healed. That's further from the truth. There's certain things that I still want answers for, and I may never ever get them. But, like, you know, I'm sorry, that was okay. But there's such a great thing about this journey that we're all on individually, is that we're all different. We all are experiencing different things in our life. We're all striving to be better, or we're all going through something. You know, there's a sense of something, and I need you to understand, if you're going through something, if you made it through that thing, it is going to strengthen you. You wouldn't be who you are right now if that did not happen to you. I would not have had the courage to do something that I've always wanted to do as a child right now, if I did not experience those things, if I was not broken down to the limbs, if I did not experience so much hurt in my life, like from certain situations, from my family, from my parents, from my friends, from, you know, my exes, you know, whatever. Like, if I didn't experience that sour relationship with my parents, or I'm not, you know, I would not be the woman that I am today. I'm not perfect. Shoot, I could get up here and say, you know, I'm not going to tell you my next move, but you guys just stay put, okay? I'm not going to tell you my next move, but life is, in Jesus' name, life is going to get really sweet for me. Life is about to get really sweet for me, and I'm claiming it in Jesus' name, and can't nobody take it away from me. You know, I'm going to keep standing up. I'm going to keep picking myself up. I'm going to continue to start over as long as I need to, and I don't care who judges me. I don't care who sees me in a certain light. I am going to continue to grow. I'm going to continue to be the person that I am meant to be. I struggle like every other human being do. So I don't ever try to be perfect. I don't ever try to pretend like I'm perfect like most people do. And I got this, you know. And me talking about this situation has really expanded it's really helped me understand that, like, you know, I may have been through some things, but who would I be without those things? Who would I be without those situations in my life? You know, and my journey is so different from everybody else. My journey is so different from everyone else's, you know? So it's like, okay, something went wrong. Couldn't go back to Bainbridge right now, or whatever the case may be. Okay, don't know why this is happening. Another door opens. another door opens, and y'all are gonna come through that door with me, of course, but not right now. That's all I really wanted. I'm gonna go ahead and begin dinner. If you're struggling, if you're going through it, you needed a little bit of encouragement, I love you. You got this. Keep going. And I pray that God's angels just surround you in every moment of your life, in every moment of grief, in every moment of terror. Okay, he is with you. I love you. Take this, run with it. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Be better than me. Be better than me. And I'm going to continue to be better for you guys. And we're in this together. I love you guys so much. You guys have a blessed one.